I'm Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Laguna Playhouse for the presentation of the off-Broadway smash hit Murder for Two. Hi, I'm Ashton Marcus with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Kyle Branzel. I grew up in Elyria, Ohio. It's a small suburb outside of Cleveland, Ohio. And then when I graduated high school, I decided that I wanted to be a music teacher. So I studied at Ithaca College for a year and a half, vocal performance and music education. And then I decided that I wanted to really be an actor. So I transferred schools to Chicago, Roosevelt University in Chicago, where I studied musical theater performance. And then I graduated and moved to New York shortly thereafter. And one of my first gigs is this tour of Murder for Two.
Okay, and so which character do you play?
I played the suspect, so I really play about 10 different characters.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And actually, you kind of developed a persona, a voice, and a movement for every single character.
One of the things that we always think about in the show is making each person clear, so that the audience is able to distinguish them without costume changes, because we do very minimal costume changes. So thank you for saying that, because it takes a lot. It took a lot to really work on making sure each person has a voice and a body and mannerisms that they do and their own sets of wants and needs and things like that.
The only time I've ever seen anyone do a performance like that was actually Robin Williams.
That's was quite a compliment getting compared to him, because he's a tour de force himself. Thank you so much.
Okay, so basically, a question I got to ask you is, how long did you take to develop this talent? I mean, again, you played the piano, you sang, and you danced.
I've been in the theater since I was little, doing community theater and school shows and stuff like that. But this is, you're right, a very unique show. I had this piano background that I came from, so that was sort of the least of my worries, let's say. And then it did take a while to learn the script and the music, and then on top of that, to really make it clear and make it enjoyable to watch.
I'm going to take a wild guess, because I didn't do any research on you. You probably started doing the piano when you were like 5. You probably practice about 2 hours a day. Because you dance, you're like an athlete, so you probably dance or exercise every other day. So, I mean, how much time does that take out of your life?
Well, it's a sweaty. We were very sweaty at the end of this show. It's a marathon for us. So that it is good cardio in that way. But when we also, it's to the point now where we can also live our real lives. Like we went to the beach the other day. We're having fun touring the cities, and especially Laguna. We've been loving the weather and the scenery, really. So it's been fun.
Well, actually, again, just for my audience, because you understand, you're an actor, you're in showbiz. I know a little bit about it. They don't know anything about this. They just go to the office, work 8 hours a day. But you probably started working you probably started studying music when you were 5. You started actually community theater, then regional theater, non-equity, then equity. Do you feel like you actually missed out on life, that you've been working your whole life?
That's a good question. It is really difficult being an actor. We spend long hours, as you said, rehearsing and then performing, and it's very antisocial. Can be antisocial at times. But I think I've always been encouraged, in my acting training, to live my life and to really live life hard, so that you're able to draw on those experiences. Because you mentioned those people working those 9-to-5 day jobs. That's definitely something that we can draw on as actors. Those are real people that we're trying to be on stage. We're trying to be real people on stage. So. I think it's just about living, even in spite of, having all these challenges and these challenging rehearsal schedules.
Right. But is it worth it? Because, again, you're an artist. What's it like to be an artist and actually be on stage, doing what you love doing, getting paid for it and all that, and being successful? You may win an award. What's that like?
I got to tell you, I'm been very humbled. This is definitely the highlight of my career so far, and it's a unique show. It's just the two of us, and so I'm half the show, So it's so rewarding. It takes a lot of work, though, but I think in the end, the end justifies the means.
But it's not the pay. You don't do this for the pay, do you?
Well, the pay is nice, but in this business, no, it's really not for the pay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I really enjoyed your performance. I love this.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks, I really had a great time.
Murder for Two will be playing at the Laguna Playhouse from April 22nd to May 17th. For more information, go to lagunaplayhouse.com or theorangecurtainrev.com.